here it is, guys, our £800 gaming PC. So I think personally, for the money, we have got an absolute banger of a PC here, an absolute banger. And I'm actually really chuffed with myself. I put this together and I'm kind of proud in one way. I know it sounds a bit weird to say, but you know, I've always kind of wanted a really nice PC, and when I was younger, I could never really afford one. And obviously now that I've kind of got a decent job and earning decent money, I've been able to afford myself a fairly decent PC now. So, you know, it's nothing crazy. It's nothing like £2,000 or £3,000 or even £4,000, which some PCs are going for nowadays, or something crazy. But this is a solid £800 build with solid components that are going to last for a long time, because basically I think I've chosen quite wisely. And let me know in the comments what you think. So yes, let's just go over, I mean, well, basically you've seen the benchmarks already. This is a 1440p gaming PC for sure. Well, apart from Borderlands 4, but then let's skip over that one, hey guys. Yeah, anyway. Yeah, so 1440p high is what I'd be aiming for with this PC for sure. Even at £800, I do think we can get there. As you can see in the benchmarks, okay, they're, you know, a little bit older games that we've seen, obviously, in those benchmarks, but over 60 FPS average there at 1440p high in all those games, so pretty decent if you ask me. What we're looking for, and I did actually take off FSR as well. That's not including FSR, as this graphics card supports FSR 4. So if you obviously do need to use FSR 4, you have that capability to kind of play around with the settings and what have you to adjust it. But if you want native performance, we've got it with this PC as well. So let's have a quick talk over the components that I've chosen, and then actually in the next video, probably next week, we'll have a sort of more like a review of the Corsair 3000D RGB airflow case. So that'd be quite good, because I'll be reviewing it with this build obviously in, so you kind of know a bit more about the case in next week's video, but this is just a general sort of overview of the parts. So obviously we're on AM5, so we've got a B840 motherboard, and now yes, you probably should go up to a B850, but you know, I want to kind of keep that £800 budget. If you've got a little bit more, up to £900 or even £1,000, that's when you can get the better motherboard. But a B840 is going to get us done here. It's got included Wi-Fi. It's the MSI Pro B840-P Wi-Fi. I just looked at the box over there. And then we're pairing that with the Ryzen 5 9600X, 9600X, sorry, I should say. But yeah, solid 6-core, 12-thread CPU there. So pretty decent performance we're going to get with that. And paired with 32 gigabytes of DDR5 memory, clocked at 6400 mega transfers a second. So again, solid memory there as well. It's that Corsair Vengeance RGB stuff. So, you know, it looks decent too as well. And obviously what we're pairing that with for the graphics card is, and here we go guys, because you know the drill by now, it's the Sapphire Pulse RX 9060 XT 16 gigabyte. I can almost learn that off heart now. But yeah, solid graphics card. You can't say anything more than that really. 1440p for sure. And actually this PC is really going to get the performance out of that card as well, because we've got actually a CPU that's actually capable of running this card. Now, you know, the Ryzen 5 7600X that we had, that's fine as well. But we did pair it originally with the Ryzen 5 5600, and I think that's just too much of a bottleneck. So I think actually as a balance here, we've got quite a good balance of a PC. Now, yes, you could go a little bit higher on the graphics card and spend a bit more money, obviously, if you've got a bit more of a higher budget. Personally, I think this is kind of the right sort of budget. £800 is a fair budget now for a gaming PC, I still think. Certainly in 2025, because as we know, prices are going up, aren't they? And obviously cost of living and what have you. So £800 I think is fair for a decent 1440p build, I think. Like I say, this is in the Corsair 3000D RGB airflow case, which we'll take a look at a bit more in depth next week. And personally, I think it's a really nice case with the free included ARGB fans at the front, so that's really nice. And they're actually daisy chained, so they go into one ARGB connector there, so that's really nice. and you can actually control the fans by PWM as well, so that's also good. Corsair have done things right here. I actually bought this case used for only £70 actually, so I thought that was a bit of a bargain because it's usually £85 or sort of £85–90 new, so pretty decent actually, and it kind of looked new actually in the box, so that's pretty good. 750 watt power supply, as you saw there, the RM750 by Corsair, so pretty solid. A 1TB NVMe drive, which is the minimum you're gonna actually have nowadays for a gaming PC. Again, if you've got that extra money, you can go up to £900 or even £1,000, and certainly look at a 2TB NVMe M.2 SSD drive, because games are getting very heavy now, aren't they, on the storage? So 1TB is absolute minimum now, I think, really, for a gaming PC, unfortunately. But you could get away with 512GB at one point, but now I think 1TB is the minimum really for a decent gaming PC. Yeah, I think I've gone over all the parts there and given you a decent overview. Like I say, I'll go into more depth into the next video with the 3000D, because I think it's a really nice case actually, and the design of it is actually really nice. I do like this front here. This is really, really nice. Corsair, always do good cases in my opinion, but I think they've really done well with this 3000D, and it's a little bit unusual because not many people kind of use this one, and there's not many videos on YouTube of it, so I think it'd be good to have a look at this one in more depth. So obviously, subscribe for that so you can see that in the next video. Please drop us a like if you did like this little video. A little bit different for you guys, but I'm kind of mixing things up to see what you like and what you don't like. And obviously leave a comment on what you think of my £800 builds, and obviously, can you beat it? I don't think you can. I think this is probably like the best parts to value, performance to value that you could probably get for this money. So if you can beat it, then great, but I think I've done pretty well here. Obviously let me know in the comments what you think, and as always guys, I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.